position.
So I didn't realize I never
He's checked in for the Kings.
pressed the
DeRozan comes in
keyboard.
for Zach LaVine.
So I've been just sitting here this week.
Inside. And Sabonis slams it
Oh.
in.
I'll tell you, Domantas Sabonis.
I already noticed we're gonna have to
has
change the
big-time
position.
athleticism. That's a pretty dunk.
Bailey, the pass to Jackson.
Jackson says no.
Off target with the three.
Because, like, I cannot
Leading by 9.
mess with these bigs in the NBA.
Pass to Westbrook. Shoots off the step back. Utah with the rebound. Their last game, a win against the Clippers. Looking to carry it into this one.
And you'd have to think
Nice
that
DeAndre
Lillard
Jordan.
played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Sabonis, the pass to Westbrook. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis. Westbrook's got himself on the board with a three there. From the arc. Can't get a second shot to fall.
That's so nice, dude.
Sacramento has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. And it's a 12-point Sacramento lead.
Well, operating near the rim has always been a strength of Russell Westbrook. All the physical gifts come to bear.
Bailey's shot is off. Sacramento has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. They grab their own miss. Achua gets the bucket.
This is who Achua is. Tremendous offensive rebounder.
Jazz trail by 14. To end the run. And Kessler lays it up and in.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change myself to BJ, but I'm down here at the bottom with the dumps. When it comes to minutes.
Changes for Sacramento. Keegan Murray comes in for Achua. And it's Zach LaVine in for Monk. And a switch here also for Utah. Sensabaugh is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Westbrook. That shot off the mark. Good D by Kessler. On the take. And there's Bailey. That was good. On the assist by George. George has got 6 assists now in the game. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. DeRozan with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. The deep three from Murray. And another miss by Sacramento. For 3, George. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Sacramento earning this break of the action, up 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just change the position after, but it's really fun. Look
They've been a
there.
more physical team. We'll be right back after this word.
The Knicks are winning by 17 points. That's casual New York action, but
Welcome, everybody. This game has been all about Zach LaVine's impressive play.
Yeah, when Zach LaVine is rolling, he's fun to watch. An incredible athlete, dunk contest champion multiple times. He's been unstoppable tonight.
And always a highlight just waiting to happen. And since we have a moment, let's see what other games are coming up tonight. It'll be the Hawks against the Magic in Orlando. That's a 7 p.m. tip-off Eastern Time.
Gentlemen, I can't wait for that game. We've been talking about it for a while.
Two great teams just going at it. We'll see which style of play wins out.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Jazz trail by 10. Let's go to the sideline and hear some news about Precious Achua. Allie?
Guys, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer in Sacramento. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. A return to the floor was very 50-50. It's the kind of injury that would sideline many players, but everyone's built a little differently. So guys, he's going to brave it out.
Okay, Allie, thank you. All we can hope for is that the prognosis isn't as bad as it seems, guys.
Yeah, we were hoping for much better news, and obviously not very encouraging.
No, I mean, this is a big blow, and it will force the team to make some adjustments, not just in terms of personnel in the court, but in terms of strategy.
Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Walker Kessler out there with Jackson. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Keontae
Why do we do
George,
that?
And it's Bailey in at the 2-guard spot.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage.
Meanwhile, I get cooked by Zach
Good.
LaVine.
LaVine cooking right now, and if I'm the defense, I'm trying to make sure I knock him off balance.
Last season, the most efficient shooting season of Zach LaVine's career.
Yeah, BA, 2.5% better in his free throw shooting. He would have had a 50-40-90 season on his hands, but his scoring is top tier.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. Well, you look at Kessler, such great timing and instincts. He's the best shot blocker in the league right now.
Even when the ball would swing away from him, he would rotate and challenge the shot.
The shooting skill of Lauri Markkanen is undeniable. He is locked in on the catch.
Oh, George with a steal! To the left side wing. Utah moving the ball around. Stolen by DeRozan. Here we go, Sacramento on the fast break. And DeRozan, the hang
Damn it.
time.
How about the acceleration of DeRozan on the break? Just beats everyone down the floor for an easy opportunity.
Here's Bailey. Cans it with nobody near him. Bailey's got 7.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
And Keontae George gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. And you think about the Defensive Player of the Year award. It tends to go to big men. Any thought of dividing the award into 2? Maybe one for perimeter players and the other for big men?
Absolutely not, Brian. What we need to do is consider that the single most important thing it is for your defense nightly is guarding the best point guards or wings in the league. And the voters have got to understand it can't only be about big men.
And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it. And here's the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Pass to Markkanen. So confident from range, Markkanen.
Whatever the range is, Lauri Markkanen has it. He is such a sweet shooter.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Malik Monk is a key player for the Kings. He said, coming to the organization, I felt like I could bring an energy that Sac had been waiting for. And it's a comfortable fit. Coming here slows everything down. I can just focus on my craft in hand, and it's been working for me. Back to you.
He's played great for him. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And on lottery night, the Utah Jazz sliding back to the 5th pick, Doris.
BA, I know for the fan base, obviously that's disappointing. Everybody wants the top pick, or they're hoping for at least a top 3 pick. But here's the key for the Utah Jazz. They have put in place an organization of leadership that will make good decisions over a span of time. This isn't a one-draft wonder. This is about building out over time and getting a sustainable roster.
Kessler passes to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Back to Markkanen. Kicks it to George. From behind the arc. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Murray for 3. Rebound, Utah.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Outside Hunter. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third quarter. On the wing, Levine. Shot is up. The rebound by the Jazz. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. George passes to Markkanen. The layup off target. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Achua is out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then it's Malik Monk. Then it's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Here's Rodriguez. Achua with some nice D. Sacramento leading by 8. Pass to Monk. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Williams finds Markkanen. Here's Rodriguez. Monk covers. Here's Sensabaugh. Utah moving the ball around. There's the 3. And Lauri Markkanen, good for 3.
Ooh, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Markkanen's gone 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Lethal accuracy. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Achua can't hit.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Markkanen, the pass to Williams. Achua with a rebound.
Right, sometimes you just lose that little bit of focus, and this is what happens.
And Westbrook slams it home.
You can make the case Russell Westbrook elite in the history of the game at the point guard position. How about those hops?
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. So the Kings making a change here. Murray's checked in. George, he's checked in for Utah. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And Sacramento with some changes. DeRozan is checked in for Hunter, and it's Levine in for Monk. From 12 feet, Westbrook with the miss. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Trailing by 4. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Levine outside. Oh, the long-range prowess of Levine.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Oh, he comes right back with a 3 of his own.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Westbrook against George. Outside Murray. Now Sabonis. Puts the move on. And yes, sir. Lays it up and in.
Big time delivery from Domantas Sabonis. Okay.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure
so I've
they're
learned
all on the
how to
same
make this
page
game
here.
tomorrow. So that's what I think that this game will need to do. So that I only have control over my play. And when it says I'm
So
out,
George will
I'm
bring it
out.
up for Utah. It's a
I
three-point
play a lot.
game. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Oh, moments like this speak to Bailey's level of confidence. This rookie doesn't back down from the spotlight at all.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul. Westbrook.
Perhaps the thing I will remember most from Russell Westbrook decides his career is done is how he brought competitive fire and spirit every single night, guys.
He gets the first, and that gives him a lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
That should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
It's money from deep.
Well, Bailey is a shot-making machine, particularly off the catch at this stage.
DeRozan outside. From about 19, he knocks down the jumper.
You expect
It was
he's
a
gonna
very
find
close
a
game
way
for
to
no
pull
reason.
through in the clutch.
I mean, I know I should make it like.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend. Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
LaVine with the corner three.
This guy is big time, unafraid in the moments that matter most. LaVine, big time.
Here's Markkanen. Outside George. Now Jackson. Now Markkanen. Jacks up a three. And he nails it.
The willingness to embrace the pressure. Markkanen, big time delivery.
Now LaVine takes a three. The free ball is down.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now Markkanen shoots a three. The putback. Outside George. Now Markkanen. He launches. Westbrook rips down the board. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Oh, my goodness. You could tell DeMar DeRozan demanded the basketball. He wanted the chance to be the deciding factor.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first of the fall. Trying to focus now for the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that increases the lead to 6.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
And an intentional foul right there.
And we send to the end. GG. We got outplayed. It's fair and simple. Just got outplayed fair and simple, but gonna edit this man real quick. Let's press edit. So the body. We're gonna go to vital save. We're gonna make myself a point guard. Something like that. Because I just made everything harder. I think this is where I could position lock. I feel like I could lock onto myself. Crafty post scoring crash. But I could do that if I wanted to. Like I could do that. Let's play against the Suns and maybe we can win. Carrington? Let's negotiate. Okay, let's see what this is. Carlton Carrington. No, ew, no. Yes. I mean, I know that would open up a wide open thing for us, but like, no. Knicks have won.
And now, the starting lineup for Utah. 24, Walker Kessler. Starting at power forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 20, Jaren Jackson Jr. Starting at the other forward position, 7 feet 1 inch, number 23, Lauri Markkanen. The other guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 3, Deontay George. Your head coach is Will Hardy. Your Utah Jazz.
Coach, this early
We got
on
this,
in
yo. We
season,
got this. We're
what
at
was the
home.
emphasis for you and your
Got
staff
this.
when you were coaching?
Well, look, Kevin, we really wanted to learn our strengths and
Look at
find
this
the best way to
stadium,
relate to
though.
them. Of course, discovering your strengths is much easier for teams with a superstar. But either way, it's about discovering the kind of basketball your team needs to play.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Perimeter pair for him will be Booker and Brooks. O'Neal is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Gillespie in at the point. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Off target from outside. Bailey with the ball. Out-guarded by Booker. Markkanen passes to Jackson. That one's in. His first
Jerry
shot this
Jackson,
game.
Pink
At his
Party.
height, Jackson
He's
Jr.
third in
just
the
needs to be
beans.
assertive to successfully attack inside.
Stolen by Kessler. George passes to Bailey. Well good with the triple. And here are the Suns. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Traps in the tray.
Well, spacing the
Who's that,
floor
Dylan
makes
Brooks?
it comfortable.
The villain of the NBA.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, nobody is quite sure just how the partnership of Devin Booker and Jalen Green will play out in the desert. They were just one of 3 backcourts to average 20 points per game each last season. But with so many overlapping qualities, it's not the most obvious fit. But many in the league feel that Green could mold himself actually after Booker, and that gives the Suns another potential offensive focal point. Everyone around the league is curious to see how they'll make this work, guys.
A dangerous duo for sure. Thank you very much for the report there, Shams. Most appreciated. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. He said they have their work cut out with Devin Booker, who can score in many different ways. Coach told me people talk about his deep shooting range, but his middle is just lethal. And if you crowd him, he can take it to the rim. And he has the size to do damage there. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, that was a lucky layup for
Great
the
timing by
second.
Booker, setting up his teammate for success.
Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Drains the three-pointer.
Ace Bailey.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nuggets.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
Now here's Jackson. Really had an off game against the Kings. Never really found his rhythm. Clock at 4, and stolen by Booker. And it's Brooks in the corner. Misses the 3. Jazz leading by 3. Kessler passes to Jackson. Booker pulls it in. And so Booker will bring it up to the Suns. Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, he is as good as any 2-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And Phoenix making a change here. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. The Suns third.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were
we in, guys. We in.
Unconscious from the three-point line.
Now here's Rodriguez. Fade away.
Too early, bro.
For Phoenix, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And Booker kicks to Williams. Booker the bounce pass. Pass to Williams.
I'm 5'7". Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Rodriguez against Booker. Here's Sensabaugh. Stolen by Allen. Williams has a screen for Allen. They kick it out to Green. Plenty of space. Again, Phoenix.
The second pick of the 2021 draft, Jalen Green is a bucket. Plain and simple.
Jazz trail by 4. To the paint. They need this.
Hey.
Dunks it down.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But right, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. For Phoenix, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to Rodriguez. Now, Filipowski. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Rodriguez. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Suns ahead. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Allen is out there with Fleming. Then there's Jalen Green. That's Goodwin. And it's Iguodala into the center, locking down the middle.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Utah's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Rodriguez right side. And there's another one for the Jazz.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
First team foul.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. They set the screen. And the wide open shot from Green. Oh, good on the triple.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Rodriguez. And he can't bank that one in. Suns trail by 3. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball. Up until last year, the Jazz the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
And Utah making a change here. George is checked in. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
George keeping those eyes alert.
I think we slide over.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Suns. They trail by 3. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Green's got his second basket of the night.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, if you have the killer instinct he showed there, it doesn't matter what the size this is.
That's a little feed.
Yeah, I love putting Markkanen into the pick and roll action. He can do anything as the screener.
And timeout called by Jordan Oz. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened
So
out.
short for everybody else.
O'Neal's check in for the Suns. Gillespie, the pass to Booker. Brooks with no one around. Off target from three-point range. George with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. Rodriguez in the post. O'Neal's there. The shot, no good. Suns trail by 3. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
O'Neal outside. 1:37 left to play in the first half. Booker, good.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Utah's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And there's
Yeah,
Jackson on the assist by George. Jackson's got his second basket of the game. Booker outside. Fires at the elbow. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And that's that in-between distance for some guys. Booker showing how comfortable he is from the mid-range.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sensabaugh is checked in. Now George. Still yet to score. Over to the wing. Bailey passes to Jackson. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Stolen. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Brooks, the pass to Booker. And Phoenix with another turnover here.
And a misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Brooks covering. Here's Kessler. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Booker. And the first half is now in the books. Jazz lead.
We got this, bro.
From the Dallas Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Too easy.
Hello. The Clippers at less than full strength. This team takes a big hit with Kawhi Leonard out. What he brings on both ends of the court is irreplaceable. But this is also a guy who you manage his minutes.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Phoenix Suns. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been quite a game for Lauri Markkanen.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Jazz leading by 6. And last season, Greg, Devin Booker became the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, he passed Hall of Famer Walter Davis to achieve that feat. Booker is a guy that wants to be
George
for life. So I expect him to break even more franchise records.
They've got Lauri Markkanen. Walker Kessler is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Bailey. And it's George in at the 1 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Booker's got 7 points.
This is what he does. Booker, an aggressive scorer, doesn't take any possessions off.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Brooks, the pass to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Suns. O'Neal from long range.
Well, a former Defensive Player of the Year winner, Jackson Jr. takes pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
And George kicks to Markkanen. Clock at 6. Jackson dishes to George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's a 10-point Jazz lead.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
O'Neal wide open. Offline with his 3. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And the basket by Bailey.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
For 3, Booker. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The 9-foot shot. Here's Bailey. Second shot opportunity. Markkanen passes to Bailey. The 3 from George. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. George has got 7.
A lot of confidence from George shooting a 3 early in his career.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
O'Neal passes to Gillespie. Out to Brooks to stop the run. Hits the 3-point bomb. He's got 9.
Why are we calling a timeout?
Baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Jalen Green's checked in for Booker. Shoots from the high post. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
O'Neal from long range controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
In this 12, 15, 18-foot area, that's just about the extent of Kessler's range.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. It's a 14-point game. To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
Markkanen down low. Brooks covering. And the corner. Rodriguez with it.
Oh, I forgot that was me.
And he
Even though that was
punished them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Well, that's a great job by Markkanen, using his 7-foot frame. You forget how long he is.
That's good by Sensabaugh. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Utah.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Allen, a screen on Markkanen. Kicks it out to Allen. Banked in off the glass. Allen's got 5 points so far.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Rebound by Williams. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. The shot will not fall. Right side, Markkanen. And so it's Utah with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've kept the tempo quick. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Jalen Green is out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Fleming. Then there's Allen. And it's Iguodala into the center position. Rodriguez goes in. Iguodala grabs the rebound.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
Anytime Devin Booker is sent to the line, it's a win for his offense. He's pretty much automatic, and it's been that way since he entered the league.
Pass to Fleming. And the three off target. Jazz leading by 13. Here's Sensabaugh. Over in the corner, Williams. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Rodriguez. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Here's Fleming. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Fleming's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
Great D that time from Green. Here's Allen. Green kicks to Booker. Launches it. Another 3 for Phoenix.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Jazz have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Booker against Rodriguez. For Booker. And once again, off the mark by Utah.
Well, you look at the score in this game, it's not reflective of the night he's had. He's struggled.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. And Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen here, Ford. Guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it more than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
Brooks. Williams. Kessler pulls it down. Jazz leading by 6. Markkanen fire. It's good.
How about the confidence? Markkanen looking fearless from the corner.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Outside, O'Neal. And he does not hit.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Suns trail by 9. It's Booker. Shoots from 14, and that one is good.
Just on fire tonight. Devin Booker is feeling it, folks.
George. And it's off. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And the 3 misses. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. No good there. Well, Phoenix shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Bailey. Upside Jackson. Now Markkanen. Now George. the 19-foot shot. Williams with the rebound.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time you just couldn't get it done.
Bailey. Again, Jackson. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Well, Jackson Jr. has a great feel around the glass, creating second chance opportunities.
Here's Gillespie, defended by George. From 13 feet, it's in. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. O'Neal there for the rebound.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. Score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
From outside, the three goes down.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Brooks outside. Beyond the arc. The shot is on. And so it's Utah's streak by with the win. It was a thing. Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
I don't have too much fun with it. The one thing I want to take care of is kind of like how we position our roster. So we have him as F, but he's 6'10" and he's 7'1", so something isn't right there. And then we have Ace Bailey. There's some things we're gonna have to edit with this roster, so I'm gonna put. Is that? Yeah, he's gonna be SF. And then we're gonna make him a power forward. Okay. We're down to a 74 overall. So there's some attributes I think we could all agree on that I should have. We could agree on. Although my speed isn't that good, I don't know. I think we need something in order to be able to keep up in this game. And vertical, it's not like I don't have any. Strength, I can lift pretty well. So I'm gonna give myself a 75. And strength. Whatever. And the other thing, I'm gonna give myself more stamina. Because, like, in this game, you really need stamina. Just a little bit 80, because that's usually smaller than all the other PGs anyway. But steal, I feel like I get more of them in real life, more picks, and my shooting, more rebounds, and more like better in T-rate. My shooting, also the shooting. Okay, I gotta draw a little bit more fouls than that. Also, the mid-range in this game, you need to have some sort of mid-range in order to be able to shoot it. And 3-point, I make every once in a while, so I could keep it at like a 70. Something like that. And just way 2K is you can't really have too low ball handle. The only reason I edited so much before is because, oh my god, it makes it seem like I'm really high overall. But yeah, that's not what happened. So, I'm now on 81. Okay, that makes sense. Coaching game plan all teams. New rotations. I'm the starting PG over Keontae Jordan. This no, that should be happening. Shouldn't be having that many minutes. Or someone like Bryce on the box. Also, Kevin Love. He should be higher on here. This guy, if anything. What position is this guy? Does he tell me? Now we can rebuild this rotation. I'm not supposed to be a starting PG. Damn. I can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. You have more minutes than me. You're the starting PG. We have starting guards. I don't know why we just abandoned him. What the hell's the reason? We're gonna start this game, this video. We're probably not gonna be able to put most of it.
And out on the floor, shaking off the pregame jitters. These guys getting all well.
I don't know.